Hi, this is bezier and welcome to the third brief installment of my 3D hair sculpting demo. One thing I have not discussed in my previous video is the importance of planning UV mapping of 3D hair strand geometry. Mapping each and every single strand is obviously inefficient and unnecessary, which is why the Mesh Sweep tool allows not only to generate geometry, but also to assign appropriate UV mapping to each object extruded along its corresponding curve. By selecting the uniform option in the UV mapping section of the tool, I'm able to map the 3D hair mesh and integrate the new UVs to the rest of my UDIM tile set, which will allow me to use a single texture set for both my model's body and the 3D hair, as well as any other attachment such as clothing and accessories. At this point, I'm ready to tackle the main strands. These are far more regular than the ones I've created so far, which means I may have to create my curved groups in sections to be able to pose them correctly. With this said, I will proceed by creating 1/2 of the curves I need to generate the longer strands, and I will then group them and mirror them to complete the coverage. Once the curves are in place, I can proceed to generate the geometry of the new hair, using the Mesh Sweep tool once again with similar settings, so that the newly created UV maps can overlap. However, the main strands on the front bangs will have to remain two separate meshes due to rigging requirements. Longer strands will be subject to stronger physical forces, such as air pressure, wind, and the characters of motion, which means that they will move a lot more in the front bangs, which are shorter and less susceptible to physical forces. Once the main strands are generated, I can now move to modify the curves to achieve a more natural position for each hair clump, which also helps cover bald spots on the skull cap, enhancing the illusion of realistic hair.